Lewis Hamilton's inaugural season with Ferrari in 2025 has quickly become one of Formula One's most intensely scrutinized stories. While his arrival at the Scuderia sparked immense excitement, the results so far have been confounding and, at times, deeply frustrating for the seven-time champion. Emotionally charged moments, like his candid self-criticism after a dismal Hungarian Grand Prix, have underlined just how tough the transition has been. Qualifying only 12th in Budapest and finishing outside the points for the first time at a circuit where he is the record holder, Hamilton called himself useless and even mused that Ferrari might need to change driver, with Leclerc clinching pole in the same car. It's a stark contrast to the legendary highs fans expected from the partnership between F1's most decorated driver and its most celebrated team. Hamilton has not hidden his struggles, repeatedly expressing frustration as Ferrari's unique car characteristics challenge his driving style. At the heart of the difficulty is the car's weak rear grip, which makes it harder for Hamilton to trust its handling in fast sections. A dynamic F1 veteran Rob Smedley highlighted as a technical roadblock. Despite successful sprints with wins in China, Grand Prix days have been less kind. Leclerc nearly always outqualifies and outraces Hamilton, with a persistent gap growing evident in both results and points. These struggles, Smedley notes, go beyond the driver. They reflect Ferrari's ongoing technical challenges and the adaptation process required to make Hamilton truly comfortable in the car. Ferrari's own team boss, Fred Vasseur, has openly discussed the adjustment process, emphasizing that integrating Hamilton after his long Mercedes tenure isn't easy. Vasseur acknowledged the DNA of Ferrari is rooted in continuous improvement, and that both the car and Hamilton himself must move a step closer to find equilibrium. "You won't replace 12 years of collaboration in 2 weeks or 2 races," Vasseur said. He views Hamilton's demand for improvements and willingness to adapt as positive, constructive traits, though the process remains arduous. The team is working to align the car's development with Hamilton's feedback, but it's clear they must tread carefully given Leclerc's current form. Veteran F1 voices have offered mixed perspectives on Hamilton's plight. Jacques Villeneuve, for example, warned that prolonged underperformance could damage Hamilton's credibility at Ferrari. Villeneuve's assessment is blunt. Ferrari's volatile environment doesn't allow extended periods for adjustment, unlike Mercedes, where patience was extended. The Canadian champion advocated for visible sparks of form, suggesting that Hamilton had until Monaco to find his feet. Otherwise, great pressure could build, risking reputational harm. Such opinions echo through the paddock, fueling uncertainty about Hamilton's long-term impact at Ferrari. On the other side, Hamilton's supporters, most notably Toto Wolff, his former Mercedes team principal, insist that legacy outweighs temporary setbacks. Wolff remains resolute. Hamilton will always be the GOAT, greatest of all time. Wolff interpreted Hamilton's self-criticism after Hungary as an example of his emotional honesty and high standards rather than as a sign of decline. He cautioned that success is deeply tied to the quality of the car. If Ferrari can provide Hamilton with the right machinery, Wolff believes the Briton is absolutely capable of clinching that elusive 8th title. Other racers and industry insiders have chipped in, noting the stark stylistic difference between Hamilton and Leclerc. The consensus among some fans and pundits is that fine-tuning the car to match Hamilton's preferences could hinder Leclerc, and vice versa. Thus, Ferrari faces a tough decision regarding which driver's style to prioritize in development, a dilemma magnified by the team's history of passionate, sometimes volatile leadership. Hamilton himself has adopted a philosophical outlook as the season progresses, insisting that he still loves racing and sees value in the struggles. He's expressed gratitude for the challenging process, viewing it as necessary for building a solid foundation at Ferrari. Rather than lamenting missed podiums, Hamilton has focused on the need for changes within the team and car, noting that improvement is ongoing and team chemistry is evolving. He recognizes the increased scrutiny and weight of expectations, but remains optimistic about the direction, emphasizing teamwork and patience. Another major challenge for Hamilton at Ferrari has been adapting to a fundamentally different team culture. After more than a decade at Mercedes, an organization praised for its methodical approach and mutual trust, Hamilton has found Ferrari's environment to be more emotionally charged and less predictable. The Italian squad is known for its passionate fan base and internal pressure, especially from media and stakeholders eagerly awaiting a return to championship glory. For Hamilton, the shift isn't just technical but deeply cultural, learning new dynamics, new ways of communication, and adjusting to expectations that often transcend the sporting context. This adjustment period inevitably affects on-track performance, as comfort and confidence within the team can be as vital as the car's speed itself. In the paddock, conversations frequently center around the legacy question. Has Hamilton's move to Ferrari been a strategic mistake, or does he still have time to prove the doubters wrong? Critics argue that the transition should have yielded immediate results, given Hamilton's pedigree and Ferrari's resources. Yet, many caution that the modern F1 landscape is less forgiving than previous eras, where champions seamlessly delivered across teams. The cars are now so complex and development sensitivity so high that winning partnerships require a rare degree of synergy, a blend of driving genius, car compatibility, and unified team purpose. Hamilton's predicament is thus emblematic of how even the most successful athletes can struggle when one of those pillars is unstable. Hamilton's struggles with Ferrari have also highlighted the persistent issue of car development direction, especially given Ferrari's reputation for sometimes inconsistent upgrades. Insiders reveal that Hamilton's detailed feedback has already influenced some aspects of the development program, pushing the team toward rear stability and corner entry security. Yet, due to F1's resource restrictions and tight development timelines, these changes are gradual rather than immediate. Leclerc, having been with Ferrari much longer, retains an inherent advantage in knowing how to extract performance from the current package. Meanwhile, Hamilton's efforts to push for change are praised in principle, but inevitably lead to friction when early results fail to materialize. Finally, the broader F1 community remains divided on what Hamilton's experience at Ferrari ultimately signifies. Some see it as proof that even the greatest talents are constrained by machinery and circumstance. Others frame it as a compelling chapter of Hamilton's story, a champion who risked everything for a new challenge, willing to endure public struggle in pursuit of legacy. Legendary drivers like Alain Prost have suggested that icons are defined not only by their triumphs, but by how they respond to adversity. There's a palpable sense of urgency. Both Hamilton and Ferrari must demonstrate real progress soon, lest the partnership go down as a missed opportunity. The upcoming races will probably be viewed as defining moments in the arc of Hamilton's historic career and his gamble in red. Lewis Hamilton's journey at Ferrari has become a complex narrative of technical adaptation, emotional vulnerability, and intense media attention. Ferrari, meanwhile, must balance the demands of two-star drivers, ongoing car development, and the fierce scrutiny of the F1 world. Hamilton's struggles reflect not just the challenges of fitting into a new team, but also the relentless pace and unforgiving nature of modern formula.